What is the physiology of happiness? Hi guys, my name is Moti. I'm teaching according to the micro-movement method, which is a combination of movement, breath practice, microdosing, and exposure to elements. And today I'll explain a little bit about what is the physiology of happiness. We all want to be happy. It's quite complicated. We're also talking about stuff like purpose and meaning, which is a bit higher and more complex than just basic happiness. But basic happiness is a very important, and I would say almost a prerequisite to be in your purpose and in your meaningful state. So happiness is something much more basic. You need like sufficient levels of energy and health and just a positive attitude to life. I know it's kind of oversimplifying, but sometimes you need to oversimplify things because our basic daily routine could be basic. It's not that complicated, actually. And we're talking about physical health, right? If we have enough energy, if we're not in a painful state constantly, all the time, if we're not overly stressed, if we're not in a parasympathetic mode when we're in fight or flight, so-called, when we feel that life is overwhelming, when we're taking too much on ourselves. And we can manage that in specific ways. How much you eat, how much you breathe, how much you think and speak, how much you move, how you balance your body, how the energies are working. People with a lot of stress, you can see it physically when they, even if they are depressed, of course you can see it physically. And if you're happy, you can of course open up and full of energy and like share your light towards the world. It's very physically obvious, but it could be a bit more subtle and then these are things we can adjust and change. But it's very hard to be happy with pain, or it's very hard to be happy when you're not eating enough or eating too much or eating food that makes you too heavy, or when you're oversleeping or deprived of sleeping, right? Your physiology is not good enough. It's very hard to be happy. So we kind of all know it, that usually they tell you, practice, do some physical practice. If it's yoga, CrossFit, lift weights, go run, do something that will help you improve your health and happiness. It's a bit more tricky, right? Many times people don't have enough motivation or have too much motivation or just are not aware enough of what they're doing, and they can cause harm and pain, and then they cannot work out, and then they're not happy, right? So it's a bit complicated because our ego gets in the way and our aims, and we saw something and we want to do this and we have some crazy thought. But if the aim is changing to, I want to come every day, go to sleep, great, wake up, energetic, smiling, ready for the day, eat food that makes me energetic, see that the sleep is good enough, that's a totally different story. Then you don't need to imagine yourself with this amount of body fat or this amount of muscle mass. No, you need to imagine yourself functioning better in all of your daily practices, in all of your daily life, whatever, if it's work, if it's friendship, if it's, you name it, whatever you do in life should be done in a correct and healthy manner. That's the purpose of the practice. And the practice is not just physical practice, it's also how you sleep, how you eat, right? Think about it. We all know children, their default mode is happiness. And as we grow old, we have more and more stress, more and more worries, more and more pains, and tons of thoughts that kind of change the switch. And really hard things in life also make the difference. But it's kind of, hard things are gonna come. It's more about how you're gonna face them, and you can face them with, oh no, again, it happened to me, I'm such an ass, whatever. Or you can be like, yeah, that's happened, let's see what we can do. But it's also a physiological sensation, and trying to make it more aligned is very important. So that's the physiology of happiness in a nutshell, and the practice is about making us more energetic and happy according to a slow process and seeing what happens after few weeks and few months. Hopefully this is helpful for you. My name is Moti. I'm teaching according to the micro-movement method, which, as I said, is a combination of movement, breath practice, microdosing psychedelics, and exposure to elements. And so, if this is interesting, you can always contact me and reach me on my website. See you next time.